Hello friends, welcome back to this modern JavaScript series. Today we are going to learn about a very important topic in programming. It is useful in any sort of programming language. So it is not only for the JavaScript, but it is a way to learn something new through this JavaScript functions and which is known as a recursion. So we will know what recursion is in this video. So without wasting any time, let's get started. So I'll give you one background first of all. Let's say I want to create a power function. Power xn that raises x to a natural power of n. Basically, we know how power works, right? If I say 2 raised to 4, that means I have to multiply 2 times 4. I mean, I have to multiply 2 by itself 4 times. In other words, power means multiplying the value by itself n times. That is known as the power of n. Basically, you will think of the first approach would be like a normal for loop, right? To multiply itself. So we'll do the same thing here first. So here I have created a power function which takes two parameters x and n, and to store a result I am creating a variable named result which is initially 1, and later I will run a for loop, that is I am looping through the value by till the n times. Okay, so I am creating a loop which runs when the value of I is less than n. It is starting from 0, that is why I am keeping it as a less than n. So, and basically you have to multiply the x to the itself, right? So first of all result is 1, so x will be multiplied and will become as a x itself. So that is known as the power 1, and at the end we will return this value. So if I run this, let's say I'll initially start with the 2. So I am calling this power function with 2 to the power 2. So if I run this, as we know, a 2 to the power 2 means 2 square, that's the value of 4. If I write 3 here, let's say, and if I run this again, it will give me 8, correct? So that is how this power function we can write. It is normally the for loop. So if I run 2 that raises to the power 10, 2 power 10 becomes 1024, we know that. You can write any sort of long value as well. So that is the normal implementation of the power function. As we know, we have to write this for loop and all those stuff, but we will see another approach in programming. So let me show this to you. So basically we are learning about recursion, what recursion means. So recursion is a programming pattern that is useful in situations when a task can be naturally split into several tasks of the same kind but simpler. Here we are actually doing the same kind of task. If you know, if you see here, we are actually multiplying x by itself by number of times whatever the user inputs. So that way, that is the task of similar same kind. That is why we have used the for loop, and for loop serves the same purpose, right? To perform the similar task in a same manner. And but in recursion we do the same task in a simpler way, or you can say when a task can be simplified into an easy action plus a simpler variant of the same task, we will write a recursive function here. So first of all, what we'll do, I'll create the same similar function named POV, and it takes two inputs, and basically it directly returns something. It first checks whether n is equals to 1 or not. That means power is 1 or not. If the power is 1, we are using the ternary here, so it will return the x itself. If I am calling this power method with 2 raised to 1, then I have to return 2 itself, right? So without multiplying, it will return itself. If it is not that case, what it will do, it will multiply x into, it will again call the power method. This function basically calling itself, that is why we call it as a recursion. So now the arguments will be changed. If you see, x will be the same, but the second argument will become -1. That means we are reducing the iteration here. So if you see this carefully, first of all we are checking whether the n equals to 1, then we will return the value itself. Otherwise what we will do, we will multiply x with power function itself. So we will pass another sort of parameters here. So we are passing the value, then the iteration count here. So it will reduce each time. So if I run this function, let me first comment this out. And if I run this, let me console.log and power 2 to 1. We will go for the 1 power first. If I run this, so it will print 2. And if I provide 4 here, so what will get 16, right? So 16 has been printed. So what is happening here? I'll just break this down for you. So first of all, this x will be, I'll write here. First of all, x will be 2 and 4, right? So what happens, it checks whether the n is 1 or not. So it is not 1, so it will fall here in the second part of the condition. So what it will do, it will do something like this: 2 into power function, and power function will be called again. That means n minus 1, that is 3. So we are calling this power function again. So here what it will do, it will call the power function again and it will check whether the n is equals to 1 or not, but it is still 3, so it will fall here. So what it will do, I'll just replace this thing. So it will do x, it will do x into power. So I'll write here in the below. So I'll write in the next line so you can see that clearly. So 2 is as it is. So we are replacing power 2, 3. So x is 2 and the n is 3. So what it will write here, what it will do, x is 2, right? So we are replacing that power call here and then again power function call. So what we'll do, we'll write something like this: power, and then again the x is 2, but now 3 becomes 2 as we are reducing the iteration or n. Now again this function will be called, it will go here, it will check whether the n equals to 1 or not. Again n is 2, that is greater than 1, so it will come here. So this condition fails, that's why it comes here. And I will keep this as it is. So I will keep this part as it is because these are the same values, but now my power 2 raised to 2 will be replaced by this value. So what will happen, x will become 2, then again I will call my function, which is this line. So what happens, power, then 2, and now 2 becomes 1. So this 1 is the last time it will iterate, go through this function call again. So it checks whether the n equals to 1. Yes, it is 1, so it will return the x value. So let me show it to you that the last iteration how it will look like. So this is the return value from the last call of the power function. So it will return the x itself. That becomes the 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. So we are multiplying 2 by the times of this argument, which is n, and it is currently 4. So that is how this recursion works. I have provided you the entire iteration here, and if I run this, you will get the 16 answer. So I hope you have understood the recursion part, and this is very useful in many cases. We will learn it later. And many inbuilt data structures are using this pattern to search something or to multiply or sum or make cumulative value. So this is very useful, and you have to understand that recursion is nothing but when the function calls itself, it becomes a recursive. And the most important part in the recursion function is the exit condition. You have to make sure that this exit condition is correct. if you do not make this correct, it will loop through infinite times and it will break your program. So in the recursion function, you have to make sure that your exit condition is very well proof, otherwise it will run into problems. That is, it will execute infinite times and you will not find your answer, so it will break your program. So you have to carefully write the exit condition. Our exit condition is currently this: whether this is the n equal to 1, it will return the number, it will not call my program or function again. That is why this is my exit condition in this case. So it ends my recursion here when n becomes 1. So you have to take care of that part, and the you have to take care of this as well. So that is all for the recursion function, guys. I hope you have learned something new from this video. Please share this video, and please like this video and share this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you.
I don't know where I am, I don't know where you take me, I don't know where you take me. I just follow your trail and I'm losing your mind and I'm losing your head. Let me escape from this unlove, 'cause I'm